This is Majinoni. Here's my review for Eyeshield 21. Now, I'm going to come out and say Eyeshield 21 is not necessarily going to be a book for everybody, but I think if you give it a chance, suspend belief, it's actually a fun ride. Um, in a nutshell, Eyeshield 21 is basically Japanese football, and Japanese football the rules are basically the same as ours, but um, they do incredible acts of physical feats. They do things that kids in high school normally should not and cannot do. But at the same time, that adds a lot to the fun of the book, a lot of the excitement of the book. The story centers around a boy named Sinna. And Sinna is like basically your typical kid who was bullied during school. And um, he developed this talent where basically the bullies, what they would do to him is basically say, you have to get us our lunch. If you don't do it in 10 minutes, we're going to kill you, type thing. So in most cases, the location of the items that they wanted were, under normal circumstances, way too far to get. So for fear of death, he ran very quickly. Now, what helped him out is he developed this ability where he can look at a crowd and he can pick the route through that crowd. So if you imagine this, if you're on a football field, you have a running back, and then he has a defensive line that it's right in front of him. He developed the ability to pick the hole to run through and outmaneuver people. Now, there was a guy named Himura. He's the captain and the quarterback of the team. And Himura, basically, this is his last chance, along with a couple other guys, to go to the Christmas Bowl. And the Christmas Bowl was it's basically the Super Bowl of the league. And so what he basically does is he has a very small team. And like the last season, they pretty much had to forfeit all their games because they didn't have enough players. So he recruits Senna, and he uses some dastardly tricks and blackmail to get other people to basically help him out. And keep in mind, it's not just to bring in new players, but to offer the team assistance when needed. And Himura is kind of like this really crazy looking guy with really spiky hair, and he often has guns and a very evil bulldog. And he uses the guns to ensure that his team basically performs, because he'll shoot, at the ground and things like that. And the dog will also chase the players if they need discipline type thing. Now, what's really cool about Eyeshield 21 is like you're gonna get the tip. Oh, here's Himura right here. But like you're gonna get your typical big eyes and small noses and things like that. But what they do a really good job on is the way they present the characters, the impacts of blows. Like here's like the two people pounding into each other. When they do their running, they have like the speed lines going like so. And there's a real sense of movement and of action, which is normally like not seen in most types of books. Now, a lot of the characters, not the characters, but the schools have really unusual names. Like there's a chameleon team, there's the dinosaurs, there's the Cinna's from the Devil Bats, and there's also like the NASA aliens from the U.S. And a lot of the teams, like they carry certain characteristics. Like the chameleons, like the quarterback, his face kind of looks like a chameleon type thing. There's like the outlaws, and then they're very cowboy folk centric type thing. The story is basically, like I said, the team trying to go to the Christmas Bowl. And it's a very emotional story because you have these people going, we have a goal, we will do whatever it takes. We're not going to be beat. I'm going to be the best. Nobody's going to outrun me. Nobody's going to outcatch me. I need to do this because if I don't, the whole team's dreams are crushed. And not only do you have it from the Devil Bats, but you get it from the other teams as well. And what I think is really cool is the other teams just don't say it; they show it, because you'll see them in training and after school in the rain, when nobody's giving them any credit, how they stick together and basically become one unit to achieve this goal. So now you get this conflict of emotion, saying, well, yeah, I want Devil Bats to win because they're my favorite, but these guys are really cool. Look how they're working together to achieve the same goal, type thing. Another thing I thought was kind of cool in the manga is in between the chapters you'll get information like class rankings, likes, dislikes, popularity polls, how strong the different characters are. You'll get all sorts of things like that. So I thought that kind of stuff was kind of fun, interesting stuff. Now, with Eyeshield 21, like I said, the main goal is basically to go to the Christmas Bowl. And once they go reach the Christmas Bowl, there is extra afterwards. And the extra parts I didn't really like as much. It almost looked like the editors in Shonen Jump basically said, "This is too popular. You can't end it now. Give us another 2 volumes," type thing, is what it almost looked like. And basically, they form an all-Japan team. So it's basically the best players from every school, and then they go to, play in the U.S. Now, one thing that while Senna is like a primary focus, there's other players involved, like when they fight other teams, where they'll highlight one character or 2 characters, and then they're the best, or they present themselves to be the best. So this way it helps the other teammates basically become better, type thing. Like I say, I'm not sure if this would be necessary for everybody, just because it's very, it's crazy football. But at the same time, if you like football and you've ever had a dream of wanting to be a football player, you can kind of live through that dream through these guys, because they really, what they go through is just amazing. The amount of pain, the amount of effort, the amount of work that they go through throughout the story. It's just like, you can look at it as, if you were a player like in high school or college and you read this and you go, well, if Senna's working this hard, maybe I should be working that hard too to get what I want. I guess you can kind of look at it like that. Nobody will, but just saying. Overall, though, I really did like it. I like the manga more than the anime. I thought the anime is good to watch it. I got tired of the fillers. I got tired of them stretching it out. The manga already stretches out the games to a certain degree, because the way they end it, like with a couple minutes to go, they're down 20 points, but yet they still manage to get 21 points type thing. And actually, they probably get over 30 points because the other team scores once or twice along the way. So that part gets really tiresome, but I understand it adds to the excitement. It adds to the, you're getting even more wrapped up into the story, because are they going to win? Are they not going to win? Because if they lose, they're kicked out of the tournament type thing. And just so I don't think this is a spoiler, but there is times when they do lose. It's just not every game is part of the tournament. So when they do lose, it's like a learning experience for them, and then they get stronger from it. Overall, like I said, I would recommend it, but like I said, it's not for everybody. Eyeshield 21 is kind of hard to find, though. A lot of comic stores won't have it, and like Borders and Barnes & Noble might only carry a few of the volumes, so you might have to go to places like Amazon or The Right Stuff or other online places to get them. But it's been really enjoyable. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them on the side. If you do read Eyeshield, who's your favorite team? I personally like the Devil Bats, and I like the dinosaurs, just because I like dinosaurs. And they also have a badass team too. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll have more reviews out.